What is the Book of Mormon? Hi, I'm Dr. James Holt, and in the introduction to the current edition of the Book of Mormon, Joseph Smith writes, I told the brethren that the Book of Mormon was the most correct of any book on earth, and the keystone of our religion, and that a man would get nearer to God by abiding by its precepts than by any other book. This is fairly indicative of a Latter-day Saint view of the Book of Mormon. It's an additional book of scripture to the Bible that is seen as another testament of Jesus Christ. For Latter-day Saints, it is an ancient book of scripture that details God's dealings with some of the inhabitants of the Americas, from approximately 600 BC to about 421 CE. In line with the understanding of the eternal nature of the gospel of Jesus Christ, all of these prophets and peoples are believed to have had knowledge of the coming of Jesus Christ both prior to and after his life in Israel. The first prophet recorded in the Book of Mormon is a man called Lehi, who left Jerusalem with his family and went to the promised land in the Americas. The rest of the book tells of the events of his descendants. Following Jesus' resurrection, he visits the inhabitants where people are taught the truth and are guided as to how to live the truth. He establishes his church and outlines many of the same teachings that he taught during his mortal life, and then at the end he ascends again into heaven. This is considered by many to be the crowning event of the Book of Mormon. It's called the Book of Mormon because one of the prophets, called Mormon, edited the writings that had been collected together over the 1,000 years and collated them into one volume on golden plates. The transmission and translation of the plates is believed by Latter-day Saints to be inspired. In 1823, they believe that Joseph Smith received a visitation from Mormon's son, the angel Moroni, who had buried the plates for safekeeping 1,400 years previously. He showed Joseph Smith where they were hidden, and on reaching the place and finding the plates, Smith was commanded not to take them. It was not until 1827 that Latter-day Saints believed that he took possession of them. The translation of the plates was completed over the next 2 years. As distinct from normal translation, Latter-day Saints believe that Smith translated the plates by the gift and power of God. At the end of the translation, the plates were returned to the angel Moroni. Many Latter-day Saints would recognize the Book of Mormon as a historical record and the events surrounding this coming forth as miraculous. There are some members of the church who regard them as inspired, but maybe more of a reflection of ancient truths explained in the context of the 19th century. Whichever approach is taken, Latter-day Saints believe that the Book of Mormon works alongside the Bible as another book of scripture to testify of Jesus Christ.